Let's make Eric Hienefeld proud. Let him hear you. Let's count him down from 5, 4.
How's that arm hair doing now, Jim?
It's falling out. It's popped out. I need to grow some more. One to go this time by 39 Andrew Morrissey. He has 2 victories. He's won this weekend in the 3-event feature called the Triple 99. He'll line up outside row number 2. Morrissey knows how to lead, knows how to win here at LaCrosse Oktoberfest. Getting the lead early could be a key to moving forward to victory lane. Last year, Ty Majeski led 121 laps, so getting out a lead early is imperative for these drivers in the first 3 rows.
Jeff Storm, Ty Fredrickson, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Through turns 3 and 4, the pace picks up, looking for the green flag, and we're racing at Oktoberfest. Fredrickson, like he shot out of a cannon, off the top. Turn number 2, stretches it out 2 car lengths over Stormy. Ty Fredrickson, the 16-year-old, will lead lap number 1.
Fredrickson, the winner of 2 of the last 3 Midwest Tour races, is off to a flying start here at Oktoberfest. Storm, Morrissey, Heinrich, and now Michael Hine from Hernando, Florida make up the top 5. They're singled out. Behind them, it's a battle with Dalton Zehr to the outside of Ryan Farrell. That's the battle for 7th.
Meanwhile, the battle for 8th and 9th. Summers and Johnson are side by side. Much like they have been all season long. There's Matthew Henderson, Chad Butts, middle of the pack. There's Casey, inches ahead of Gabe Summers. He'll bring Ty Majeski with him.
Knowing what to do, how hard you want to push it now is imperative. These drivers are veterans of this racetrack and of this series. 2018 champion Dalton Zehr leads them in the Gildan 119.
Dalton Zehr took a different approach to Oktoberfest here this weekend. As Joe Valento slows on the front straightaway, the 30 machine, Valento slows.
Sounds like he's trying to find a gear. The engine's still running.
The Friends of Jacqueline Foundation, number 30, and we go under caution for the first time.
Of the Oktoberfest 200, our race broadcast is brought to you by El Bandito Yankee Tequila, the official tequila of Oktoberfest. They've been active all weekend. We'll see if Valento and his team are going to be active.
Just like the initial start, Ty Fredrickson off of the top row. Outside of the front row gets a jump on Stormy. This time he'll bring Andrew Morrissey with him. Morrissey quickly pounces on Stormy and up to 2nd.
Morrissey started on the outside of row number 2. The outside line here had been holding well, especially for the lower horsepower vehicles. The outside line was working to get the momentum rolling. Morrissey finds it to his liking. And there's Penn Sauter. The fast qualifier started dead last, taking the ultimate challenge. Sauter in that black and orange with the pink numeral 5 up to 19.
There's a look at Penn. Down into corner number 1. They're side by side in front of him. Jared DeBoer on the inside. Justin Mondyke on the outside. Penn trying to be a little patient. They've got Kendrick Pryor's 66 machine.
Let's get an update from pit reporter Matt Body.
Yeah, first car out in this one. Chad Butts, what happened?
Just was riding around there, and the water just skyrocketed, so I had to bring it in.
And we're under caution, fellas.
Brazen Bennett off of turn number 2 onto the back straightaway brings that number 9 to a rest up against the red and white backstretch wall. Brazen puts us under caution for the second time here today, and it comes on lap 45.
Likely too early to make tire changes, but those teams are allowed to come to pit road and make adjustments. They can swap tires front to rear if they care to. The left side Hoosier ST1 stars will have to stay on for the duration. They're only allowed 2 tires to change, and I don't think a team has said, I want to change my lefts. They want to change the rights at some point in the race. Yes, there's an in play where you would change them later, but likely those lefts have to last all 200 laps. So this slowdown will help these teams assess, and if they want to make some adjustments. The way Penn Sauter's racing up to 12th, maybe it's a chance for him to come to make a tweak and get that car a little bit better. He's had to race his way harder than some to get halfway through the field.
Yeah, things you've never heard somebody say at Fest. I want to change left side tires instead of right.
They could swap left.
They could.
Left rear does wear more than left front here. You've got all that corner.
Just to give you an update, and Jim, of course, I'm just having fun with you. Penn Sauter up to 12th. Let's hear from Matt Votty what happened to Brazen Bennett.
A similar issue that he was battling throughout the weekend. He said things just keeps cutting off on him, and that's what happened to him over here in 1 and 2. It shut off on him. He's going to bring it to the pits to try to address it, but they've been battling this issue all weekend, guys.
It's a long process to get through what we call Oktoberfest weekend. It begins Wednesday with practice. Some of these teams were here last Saturday getting some laps in. Okay, it's a long process, but more importantly, if you have a chance to gamble and race, it's not a 2-day show where you kind of address, get what you got, and go home. No, it's a 4-day grind of figuring out, okay, now what do we need to check? Do we have this spare part? Who can we get this from? Where's my crew guy coming from? Is he going to the shop first before he gets here on Friday morning because he had to work Thursday? All those things come into play and magnify throughout the weekend leading into Sunday.
Gabe Summers, just want to check in on the 15. He is 11th. That is exactly where he started. So this caution comes out at lap 45. Gabe not able to move forward at all. 119, Dalton Zehr, he moves down pit lane. The Gildan Activewear team will go to work on that 119 Zehr machine. This is early to be pitting. Joe Scholze, Kendrick Cryer, Bryce Miller also down pit lane. Let's keep an eye on that 119 team.
Jacob Gady, Cody King, also coming to pit road as is 17 of XK. Let's go down to the 119 pit.
This looks routine. They could be a different pit strategy here where they wanted to come in earlier than everybody else. And there you go, Jim. You talked about it. They're swapping the left side tires. Dalton Zehr's 119. The left rear is going on the left front and vice versa. Good call, my man.
Just takes a lot of that strategy where you can actually then gauge the car. If it's not working correctly, you can change the air pressure. You can get that car where you want it to be with the handling change. These teams have up to 3 laps under controlled caution periods. These laps do not count outside of those yellows that do. There's Bryce Miller's car.
And the left front will take the least amount of wear on the left front.
Well, and they're doing this, guys, because it'll open up the rear stagger for Dalton Zehr, try to change this 119 a little bit, and they are one of the teams with a smaller fuel cell, so they've taken this opportunity to get gas in this 119 as well, kind of get themselves off sequence from everybody else, and see if they can put themselves in position to win this Oktoberfest 200. And just to piggyback, I popped over to the 15 camp. Everybody's on the radio talking to Gabe right now, trying to sort things out. They're still pretty calm. They say this is part of their strategy, just kind of sit here. They're not really trying to pressure it and move forward just yet. They're trying to save the car for the last 50.
Yeah, in terms of saving the car, that means running 11, 12, staying within the same lap times. I mean, they really are specific about, okay, we want to run this number every lap. Do we know that's going to work for our fuel mileage? Do we know that's going to work for our pace later on? Save your stuff. It's a championship at stake, not a race where you got to lead every lap to win a championship. Certainly has to keep an eye on that black number 5 of Casey Johnson. As we update you, Casey Johnson will realign and choose from the 7th position. Summers stays on track at 11th. First car that pitted, I believe, the 119 Dalton Zehr will give up the 10th starting spot, but will not lose his place relative to those who did pit under this control caution and resume and realign behind that car that did not pit.
So Dalton came in running 10th. That should move Gabe up to 10th, and Penn Sauter up to 11th.
Gady, Miller still on pit road, getting things looked over. Talked about Bryce Miller getting a workout, trying to find a chase
that he has won 2 of the last 3 races with.
Into turn 3, we pick it back up here. 50 laps in, 51 complete this time by. Back underway at Oktoberfest. It's going to be Ferguson at the point with Jeske and Tony outside. Morrissey on the inside with a great surge on the backstretch will take the lead. Two-time Oktoberfest champion Andrew Morrissey takes the lead here at Oktoberfest on lap 52. Talked to his owner and crew chief David McCardle in the sign-in shack on Wednesday. They reworked this car. Morrissey's shop within eyesight of Madison International Speedway, a shop that he built this car and maintains it for McCardle. Went through the whole car, added on all the new parts they had. Brought one car with not a lot of spares, and now leads here at Oktoberfest.
Ty Fredericks in that last lap coming off of turn number 4 had gotten down really low. Right there, he does it again. Kicks up some dirt and dust onto the racetrack. Gabe Summers works underneath Brock Heinrich. He'll bring Penn with him. Move the 15 and 5 up 1 spot each. And on the same straightaway as the leaders.
There is a free pass opportunity for the car that is the first car off the lead lap. To do with that scenario, he wants to get that car righted. I'm guessing he'll come to pits first opportunity in his quest for a third championship.
And I would imagine we are going to have that controlled caution here momentarily. There is Dalton Zehr in the 119. As I said, back up to the third. Car to go a lap down in 4 car lengths will be Gabe Summers, your championship point leader, coming into this event. If Gabe...
So the bonus points awarded to that are not in play.
Pits are open. Here they come.
And everybody's coming. Here we go. Pits are open on lap 105. And every car, literally every car still running on the racetrack is coming to the quarter mile.
Pace truck will be a lonely vehicle. It will circle the LaCrosse Fairgrounds 5/8 mile. Controlled pit stops. Cannot lose a spot in the pits, provided you get out in the allotted 3 laps that the pace truck circles the speedway. There's the quick trip, Maris Dem. Number 15 machine of Gabe Summers, your championship point leader. Crew will go to work, led by Travis Sauter. Travis on the jack there on the left side.
Travis has been in the game, I think, for 6 years. 4 wins as a driver here.
And most recently in 2014.
Such a good job he's done. He's moved his family to near the shops in Plover. Working with Gabe Summers now, I think, for the 4th straight year, is it? Something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
They've raced in Florida in the World Series of Asphalt Stock Car racing together. They've raced Pro Late Model races on occasion. Getting it righted here. Let's see what the All-American 400 makes. The Snowball Derby. His team is prepared and ready. Travis overseeing this effort. Working something right now. A little spark of magic they've been chasing all weekend.
the thing is about these machines, Jim, and every driver that we had into our booth for the pre-race show today on the front straightaway, every driver said it's warmer, it's sunnier than it's ever been here at Fest, and that may be throwing some of these drivers for a loop.
Well, it's a matter of what your notes are good for. If your notes are based upon 55 and breezy and overcast, you better build a good notebook starting this weekend. You better have some people that are taking the right notes.
Tristan Swanson cleaning the windshield for your race leader, Ty Fredrickson. We saw Tristan in action on Thursday and Friday here. He won one of the segments of the Trickle 99. Tristan, his father-in-law to be, is Dan Fredrickson. And Tristan was twisting Dan's arm and said, "Why don't you run the 200 in my car?" And I thought to myself, I'm sure Dan's going to do that. You know what Dan did? He went and sat in the seat. He was serious. He was going to do it, but he couldn't fit in the car.
Tristan ran a full season here in the Midwest Tour. Racing now with Legends cars and his own Super Late. Given the opportunity, that's Jeff Storm, started on the front row. Stormy's quite the story. Races part-time. Does a lot of racing around Wisconsin, but he only races when his car is ready and the crew has it ready and prepared with him and for him. Full-time trucker by trade and a family business. He'll realign from the 13th position here under caution. For the third time, this is a controlled caution, allowing these teams to come to pit road because we went past 50 laps or so of consecutive green flag racing.
First car to leave pit lane. Now, it will not affect his running order, but this team, they are ready. Casey Johnson.
Morrissey, Penn, Sauter, Ty Majeski. No deliberation there. They want to get out and get going. They made their chases, their chances, their changes. Adding fuel. And that white and gold 52 inside row number 4. Rolling through up to speed. We're back underway at the Oktoberfest 200. Morrissey on the outside. Fredrickson, a bit of a slip. Gives the lead out right to the black 39.
Morrissey saw an opportunity and he pounced to the lead over Fredrickson. And here comes Casey Johnson on the outside, but Ty Majeski nuzzles up on the inside in that 91 machine. They go side by side for third.
Johnson has waited to this point, I believe, to show that he likes the outside line. Holding back to try to get it. Now he's got a trunk full of the 5 of Sauter. Sauter gets in the back of Johnson. Literally had to peel off the nose up to the hood pins from underneath the number 5 of Johnson. Did Sauter that lap.
Uh-oh. Brock Heinrich sideways on the front straightaway after some contact. He gathers it up. We stay green.
Wheel-to-wheel contact. Great move by Heinrich. Great idea that this track widens as you go down the front stretch. That saved the day for Heinrich in the 52.
Ryan Farrell up into the 4th position. The Oak Creek Automotive Adams towing entry. Farrell up to 4th. Top 3 get away just a tick. Morrissey, Fredrickson, and Majeski.
3 or 4 laps into this run. This is the best feel these drivers will have for the remainder of the afternoon with those fresh right side Hoosier tires. Everybody came to the pit road on lap 105 to change 2 right side tires. That's all they have left to change. If they do have a flat from this point out, they can put the other 2 back on, or they can request an emergency tire. There will be a lap penalty for any emergency tire put on their race car. And those are in a separate staged area. Teams are allowed to put 2 emergency tires in the infield if needed, with approval.
Dalton Zehr around Brock Heinrich moves Zehr up into the 9th position.
That's 2 spots to the good for Zehr. His early strategy, changing left side tires under our lap 45 bar. Got him back in contention. There he is in the bottom screen, closing in on the number 80 of Nick Peninsky in his return, the Minnesotan back to the ASA Midwest Tour.